you know, or it could be a better fence to keep his dog in. Kind of interesting if you're selling stuff like that, any kind of home repair stuff. And I would spin it like, you know, roof repair damages can cost up to X this year, you know. Is your home protected? Do the same thing with insurance too. I did a real fun sales copy piece for a guy who sold hot tubs, talking about what can happen if you put the wrong chemicals in the pipes and it corrodes all the pipes and how much damage that would actually cause. Kind of fun. You can actually have fun with this kind of stuff, depending on what you're selling. And people like to believe they can actually buy themselves into luxury. And if you don't believe that, check out some of the homes on 7 Mile in Northville, where my girlfriend lives. It's pretty funny. You know, you really kind of buy into this mindset that you're in some sort of exclusive club. And if you're selling things like that, health club memberships, think of 3 price points. You know, a basic, gold, a silver and gold package. You know, people buy into that sort of thing. So you can start to tier out your prices. And that's really interesting. Vanity, you know, people buy makeup. You know, I had some samples over here from Windsor Beauty. I have a studio in Farmington Hills, and I'm amazed at sometimes at what people actually buy, spend their money on. You know, we have powder shampoo that cleans. You know, if you don't have time to wash your hair with real water, you can buy this stuff, and it's, you know, it's like $27 a bottle. And talking about lazy, but vanity don't look good no matter what. So it's kind of interesting. Start thinking about that, those kind of things. The more you start breaking this type, and there's probably more I can come up with. I think I actually have about 97 reasons why people buy things. I actually come up with these different reasons. And start to play with it a little bit. Headlines. Let me give you a homework assignment. Check out National Enquirer magazine. If you've never spent much time with it, most people have, or in that tabloid stuff you see at the register. Keep in mind that people buy that stuff. The reason why they sell is because of their headlines. They have really low subscription rates too. You just don't want to, you know, subscribe to something like that. But they will read them. And the reason why they sell is because of their headlines. Start looking at that. Cosmopolitan magazine, that's another good one. Thinking themes. Think 7 reasons why you need, you know, whatever you're selling. 3 unmistakable reasons why you need this. Or avoid, I like avoid, here we go, back into the fear. Avoid 7 deadly sins of, you know, start thinking about things like that. People read that stuff. Headlines. 97% of your control pieces are headlines. If your headline bombs up, they're probably not going to read the rest of it. There are stories out there of copywriters who actually do like 7, 12, you know, 24-page sales letters to sell something expensive. That's good, but if you're blowing it on the headline, good chance they're not going to read the rest of it. And if you want to get your own collection of stuff, start writing other marketers that are selling things. Let me give an example. You can go to USA Today. This is free school for you. USA Today on a Friday morning, the weekend edition. On the back end, they have all kinds of different sales opportunities and things you can you know, apply for. Go ahead and call them up and leave your address. You'll be flooded with sales offers and sales materials that literally, these guys hire top copywriters to write this stuff for them. I want you to get into the habit of actually looking for formulas of how things sell and plug it in your own product in place of that. It gets kind of fun after a while, and it's really interesting. And when you do your sales copy letters, they don't have to be full color, although I have actually tested out my stuff. My stuff sells because some of the full color stuff that I do does appeal to people. You know, and it gets really interesting. So after testing it, I've actually decided to keep up with it because it seems to really communicate on some level, and those are kind of cool things to do. But it doesn't have to be full color. I mean, you can do like, I'll give you another one. Do black and white, but the color I want you to use for the paper is gold. It's called goldenrod. It's like a gold-colored paper. Something about that paper and Tahoma, the bold with the quotes, gets people into buying mode pretty quickly. I've tested this out with different shades of color. Canary yellow doesn't seem to work too well, but the goldenrod stuff is really, really the ticket. And I've sold a lot of stuff with that paper. Full color, yeah, I do okay with it, but I mean, really, it's, you know, that's what you want to think about.
Do you have anything like golden red on your pages to show what's this color look like?
I don't have any on me today. It's kind of like this yellow right here, if you can see that.
Like a shirt right there. It's been shirt.
And Kinko's has it. Kinko's has it. It's a little darker than their top. Staples sells it, you know, so you can always get it. So, yeah, yep. And test it too. I mean, like, I've done things like postcards. I made postcards like the one you have right there, like the fold-out sheet. And sometimes things I mail bombs. And, you know, and then sometimes when I hand it out to somebody, I have to explain to them what it is, depending on what I'm selling. If it's a little too advanced, then they buy it. My conversion in person is higher than something I mail. That's interesting. See, I test everything I do because I have to be guess right about whatever I do. I don't have a staff. I don't have the employees. Everything I do is you know, straight out of my pocket. So here we go again, another example. The real reasons why people buy vitamins and herbal supplements. To live longer, fountain of youth, right? They want to reverse time. They want to stay young, or they want to be beautiful, right? That's the whole thing. But they don't care about ORAC count. What is that? You know, secret Amazon plants, 27 extracts. They don't care about the specifics. They want to know exactly what does this do for me. And I almost have the same thing about price. I don't really let price bother me too much, you know. This little bottle of water probably costs $2, right? But almost about as much about a gallon of gas. So when you start thinking about things like that for necessity and what people want, I have a really strong fascination. I believe this, that people buy what they want to buy, no matter what. I'll take questions later, if you don't mind. How much time do I got? Because
30 minutes.
Okay, because I can talk a lot, if you haven't guessed that already. I just want you to make sure you get some four really strong fundamental things down and start testing them when you get home. Here's the thing. We talked about rejection before, we talked about adversity, we talked about a lot of negative stuff in the beginning. And the reason why is because I want you to start getting in the habit of creating what's called a control piece. And what is that? A control piece, this is a control piece. This is going to go in front of somebody's hands tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I know that once he sees it, it's going to appeal to him, and his eyes are going to glaze over, and he's probably going to buy it from me. And I have an 87% response rate on this, so I already know it's going to work. I got samples of my work in there, like full-page domination. It's old hat to you guys, but you know, to someone who doesn't know the kind of work that we do, you know, it's kind of interesting stuff. Some of the videos that we've done, you know, have like 23,000 viewers and that sort of thing. All brand new stuff. So anyway, the point is,